10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The 2021 class started with limited skills, but with high commitment. Throughout the last 21 weeks, the recruits endured an extensive training program that tested their resolve. The recruits started as strangers and finished as a family. Join us as we take a look back at the 2021 Recruit Academy.
One word to describe the academy: humbling.
Opportunity.
Ownership.
Grind.
Wild.
Motivating.
Push.
Crazy.
Resilience.
Humbling.
Pivot! Get it up there! Get it up there!
Get it out there! Let's go, man!
Come on, send it, go.
Come on, Carol, you good, let's go.
Get it in there, send it!
Take all the music, now, let's go! Yeah! Yep, good job, Carol.
The most challenging week for me was ladder week. Alameda County has a lot of pride in history in the fact that they're one of the few departments that still uses wooden ladders. And for me, I think the challenging part was getting accustomed to throwing those heavier ladders compared to aluminum. Throughout the academy, you're constantly being challenged left and right on your mental fortitude. And for me, I really had to dig deep to get through some of those evolutions.
You know? So remember, bass in your voice, hold the hand loop tight, and brother, this is aggressive. This is an aggressive pull, right? I mean, there's people dying. The thing's on fire, right? So when you get out, it has to be, ah! Right? And then water, right? Not water. Come on. There you go. Almost there, almost there.
The most challenging week of Academy was Hose Week. It was mentally and physically challenging due to the fact that we had to manipulate hose that is very heavy, and especially as being wet all day. We learned in order to complete our evolution, we had to have teamwork, fundamentals, and also be able to dig deep to get through the evolution and accomplish our goal.
Yeah. Set the pace for them. All right. 1, 2, 3, and move on 3.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
1,
2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh! 1, 2, 3, 1! 1, 2, 3, pull! 1, 2, 3, pull!
The most challenging thing in the academy for me was definitely San Francisco Day. Going up those stairs, bear crawling while cramping up in the legs was very hard. Rolling around in the beach and on the sand, being cold, wet, and tired was a true test of mental strength, and having to be there from early morning till late night, again, tested my mental fortitude extremely.
During that day, it was a group of strangers. What started out as a group of strangers, and by the end, we were able to learn something, we were able to grow together and actually work as a team. And coming out of that experience was really memorable, it was really special because we became a family after that day.
The most enjoyable part of the academy for me was auto extrication week. Being able to use the different tools that I hadn't used before, it was very fun. I learned a lot that week on what it means to be able to, what it takes to get a patient out of a car, not only safely for responders, but also to keep the patient's safety in mind.
The most enjoyable part about this academy for me was to be able to see how much growth we have had since the beginning of day one, and then leading up to towards the end of our academy, just being able to see everybody progressing from literally how the instructors told us, from crawling to walking to running.
2021! Oh! Success is deserved! It's all deserved! It's only easy! It's yesterday! Hey! It's weakness into the body! 2-1! Never back down! Never outdone! Who are we? ACFD! Who are we? ACFD! Who are we? ACFD! Oh, oh, oh!
My takeaway from this academy has to be mental toughness. And mentally, you have to stay prepared and you have to stay strong, because at the end of the day, that's what counts.
What I took away from this academy was that it's not about the individual, it's about the group, it's about the collective, and it's about the department that you work for and the communities that you serve.
Now that I've graduated, I cannot wait to use the experience that I've gained in this academy and put it to the test, and also add on to that experience and knowledge that I've learned throughout this academy.
My advice to the 2021 class is to don't expect to be perfect the first time, but to continue to try to be better every time and not to give up, and to keep on training and practicing and pursuing the process of getting better.
The goal of this academy was to produce safe beginner firefighters, and the class of 2021 has achieved this goal, but graduation is only the beginning of their careers. My wish for the class of 2021 is for each of them to dedicate themselves to provide superior service to the citizens of Alameda County and the constant pursuit of fire service education. The Academy has taught them strength, trust, emotional fortitude, teamwork, and skill competency that were required every day as a firefighter. These recruits are ready to hit the streets and show the world what they're capable of achieving.
Quiero dar muchas gracias para mis papás y mi familia y por el apoyo que me han dado. I'd also like to thank Diane and her family for all the support they have given me I'd also like to thank my academy mates for helping me get through this, as well as all my friends, brothers and sisters. Lastly, I'd like to thank the training cadre for giving us the tools and abilities to move on to the next step in this amazing blessing of becoming a probationary firefighter. Thank you.
So to Mom and Dad and Andy, thank you for raising me up to be the man who I am today. Thank you, especially Mom and Dad, for taking all the time, the sacrifices you made to help make this process and journey a lot smoother. To all my friends and family, thank you for all the love and support that you've given me through all these years. Nat, thank you for being very understanding for me being in this academy and being patient with me and raising up my spirits whenever I'm down. And finally, to all my classmates and to the cadre, thank you for all the time that you've taken to help me get to this point. You guys are all my motivation, my inspiration, and my pride. So thank you all.
First off, I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank my family, my mom, my girlfriend, my friends. I'd like to thank my brothers and sisters in the academy, all the cadre members. I'd like to thank Station 28. Without all of you welcoming me into your home, I know I wouldn't be here. I'd like to thank everyone who has mentored me throughout this whole process, and one of my mentors, Julio Munoz.
I'd like to thank my family for supporting me and pursuing my goals to becoming a firefighter. I'd like to thank Team Our House for always being there for me, always giving me those laughs and love and support. I'd like to thank my girlfriend, Deja. Without you, I don't know how I would have made it through this academy. Bay EMT as a program, the Firefighter One Academy prepared me for what it takes to become a firefighter. Alameda County Fire Department for giving me the opportunity to work for such a great organization. I'd like to thank the training staff and cadre for the countless hours that they put in, not only helping me out, but the rest of our class out. I'd like to thank my dad for all your hard work when I was younger, and your hard work now, for always pushing me and telling me that you're proud of me. I love you. I'd like to thank my mom. Without you, I don't know where I would be. I'm doing this for you, and I know that you're up in heaven, looking down on me and proud. So I'd like to thank you, and I love you.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you to all my family and friends, but more importantly, my mom, my dad, and my sister. They've been with me every step of the way, a huge motivational source for myself, getting me through this entire process. Secondly, I want to thank all my academy mates. I couldn't have done it without you other 9. All the relationships we've been able to establish are incredible, and I hope to continue and grow upon those in the next 30 years. And lastly, I'd like to thank the entire cadre staff for being with us every step of the way and helping mold us into the future probationary firefighters that Alameda County Fire Department hopes to see. And more importantly, they've helped us all become better individuals along the way.
First, I'd like to thank my mentors, especially Shay Mountford. From day one, you showed me the path I needed to follow, and you were always there guiding me, and it's because of you that I'm here, and I just wanted to thank you so much. I also want to thank my family and friends for all their support and encouragement throughout these years, especially my mom and dad. You guys showed me what it is to be a good person and gave me that foundation to get me here, and I just want to thank you so much for everything that you've done. I also want to thank my mother-in-law as well. She's been a great babysitter for my son Mason, and thank you so much for your love and support as well. And lastly, I wanted to thank my wife, Nicole. You have always pushed me to be the best person that I could be, and I'm here today because of you. And especially with our son Mason, you know, we received that call from Chief Moore when Mason was a couple days old, and to have you be there by my side has been the best thing that could ever happen. So I just wanted to thank you, and I love you so much.
I'd like to thank Mama and Papa Pitt. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. I'd like to thank Nick and his family as well. Thank you so much. All of my previous employers, Sierra College Regional Fire Academy, as well as the Marysville Fire Department. Lastly, I would like to thank all of the brothers and sisters at Alameda County Fire Department, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be here today. And my academy classmates and the cadre, thank you so much for pushing me, inspiring me, and mentoring me throughout this process. Thank you.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank my wife. I couldn't have got through this academy without her. She was a rock through this whole thing, taking care of my little one and having a baby in the middle of academy during hose week. It was very fun, to say the least. I also want to thank all of my other family members and my in-laws and my dad who really helped us through this time. I really appreciate that. I also want to thank all my mentors that helped me get to this point in the ACFD Reserve program. They really set me up for success within the academy. And I also want to thank all the mentors and cadre at the tower grounds and everyone who came down. They really taught us a lot and I really appreciate all that. And of course the 9 other recruits with me that helped me get through all the hard points.
मैं अपने परिवार का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगा जिन्होंने मैंने यह अपॉर्चुनिटी दी है कि मैं इतने सारे दिन सामने बैठा है मम्मा पापा ते भरा भी तिन्होंने बहुत मदद की है ते पापा ते दादी मां तुसीं इत्थे आ नहीं सके पर फिर भी तुहाडे सारिਆਂ ਦਾ शुक्रिया अदा मेरे लिए. Now I would like to take this time to thank my mentors from the Explorer post from my previous department, Jalen Brooks, Captain Wardner, Captain Kong, now Chief Kong. You guys really helped me out a lot along the way. And now I would not want to miss this opportunity to thank the cadre members, my brothers and sisters in this academy, who have helped me out, looked out for me, helped me move along, and just pushed each other. Thank you to every one of you.
Mom, Dad, Noah, I want to thank you all so much for your endless support and encouragement for me while I've been going through this academy. I also want to take a chance to thank the Alameda County Reserve Program for giving me the strong foundation that I had going in. And of course, all my aunts and uncles, my grandma and grandpa, for just being so supportive along the way. I want to take a chance to thank the Alameda County Reserve Program for allowing me to get to this point, helping build up the foundation to where I would be prepared for this academy. I would like to thank the instructors over at Las Positas College for helping me to understand what it means to become a professional firefighter. Lastly, I would like to thank all the mentors who have supported me along the way. Those in Alameda County Fire Department, especially my mentor, Firefighter Boatsman. I also want to thank my other mentors who have supported me before joining Alameda County Fire, such as Captain Chan, Chief Velo, and the firefighters on B shift at Berkeley Fire Department.
They're watching you right now. What do you want to say to them?
Okay.
Look at this lens.
Okay. I'd like to thank my family for supporting me throughout my whole life from pursuing my goal. Let me start.
Oh no. You're gonna fill up my
Oh man. Okay.
I'd also would like to thank my fellow
First and foremost, I want to thank my wife. I couldn't have got through this academy without her.
Okay, you stuttered there. You noticed that, right?
You're gonna have a lot of that. You might as well just end the thing now.
Hello and welcome to the Alameda County Fire Department 2021 Recruit Academy. This year's class has 12 recruits eager and ready to...
Ventilation is the process of removing smoke and heated gas from a burning building.
In week 6, the recruits are going to do...
In week 6, the recruits learn advanced hose skills and techniques, such as water...
You're doing fine.
Yeah, that was great.
Go from there. Such as what? Start with such as.
Such as...
One of the reasons we chose here in San Francisco specifically because it has great history in the fire service, a huge amount of diversity, and gives us a lot of variety in our challenges.
Can we get the kids out of the way?
And lastly, everyone in the Alameda County Fire Department, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be here today. And for, okay.
I'd like to thank any, okay, I gotta start. Making me nervous, Ken.
The most challenging week for me was ladder week. Alameda County has a lot of history and pride going into their oh my God. No! Okay. The most challenging week for me was probably, no! Oh my God.
They also trained on forcible entry. Forcible entry is the process of forcing, dang it. They also trained on forcible entry. Forcible entry is the process of forcing open.
Last week, the recruits developed a strong foundation for basic hose skills.
And lastly, I'd like to thank the entire cadre staff that's been with us every step of the way from the beginning to the end and have been helping mold us into the future probationary firefighters that we are going to become. And lastly, I'll stop. And lastly, I'd like to thank the entire cadre staff for helping us every step of the way. From the beginning to the end, they've helped us become better people. Oh my God.
I want to thank Bay EMT as a program for preparing me for what it takes to become a firefighter. Both the EMT program and the Firefighter 1 really helped me to set that kind of,
Okay, and for me, in 3, 2, 1.
And for me,
And lastly, I'd like to thank the entire cadre staff for being with us every single step of the way, from the beginning to the end, and helping us to become better, not only... You're gonna have some good bloopers here, Ken.
I would like to take this time to thank the cadre for helping us along this academy.
Bro, sorry. Start with your family, man.
My bad. I was gonna say something. No, I was gonna say something.
I know you love the cadre, bro.
I like it.
I see that.
No. Small, you don't have to take those photos.